Hey people, Infantry 53 Faction War. This is Khatrin Purification Plant and Chaos Space Marines versus the Imperial Guard for the Blue Chaos team. Aponnk is a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and destructive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. The Black Legion over here. Alongside Venjitron, where's he gone? There he is, a Plague Champion, starts off in ranged combat with the damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but it's pretty slow. Is this the Iron Warriors Elite scheme, I think, recolored into a lovely lilac type situation? Rounded off the team is handsome Sodding with a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption fighting in melee combat. The Black Legion Elite scheme over here. Red team for the Guard. Two Lord Generals. First up is Einhelm with the Armageddon Steel Legion Elite scheme, and Jin 29. These guys fight in ranged combat with the retinue of Stormtroopers. Really strong defense and support, can also add to the retinue. Have that bolter one-handed because of the bionic arm, and of course a powerful mustache, although this guy has a gas mask on. Alongside Shaw, the Commissar Lord, or Lord Commissar I should say. Fights in melee combat, good offense and support, begins with a refractor shield, also using the Armageddon Steel Legion. You guys might want to be shooting at the heretics over here, because they're going to surround the Sentinel. Does not have the stomp, it's going to die. This is a destroyed Sentinel, and that execution buff was way too late. These guys are now going to die, I think, because they can't retreat because of the buff. Doom Blast, chop 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 chop. And yep, Heretic, never before have Heretics done that much work in first engagement. That was a hell of a thing. Well done, Venjitron. Misplays from Shaw, but they have plenty of time to recover. And those Heretics got away as well, look at that. Meanwhile, on the west side, Heretics dying, maybe? I think they'll be okay. One more burst. It's not going to be enough. And CSM also dropped a model, I think. Yeah, Handsome's got a bunch of gens up, which means, yep, they want some Chaos Raptors, which should allow them to push through here next fight. Can you get on the power, though, Einhelm? Probably not, eh? Flamers need to be in play, and they're not. Yeah, it's probably not worth it. Venjitron, though, goes through the mid, decaps it. We have CSM also decapping, pushing up the east side, though, with a bunch of worshipping heretics to fight against, is Jin. Where's those Doom Bolts? Good target there for your Doom Bolts. Oh, just throws them onto the Lord General there. Wouldn't expect that. Heretics have to run, but now Havocs are in play, which should prevent Jin from pushing through there, I think. I'm not sure, is there room? There's not even room really on the right side there. Here comes Handsome with Raptors. There's the jump. They suppress when they land. Bad news for these guys, because the effect persists for a few seconds, as you can see. They still got suppressed there. Do you have a stomp? You do. Can get these two Raptors right here. Keeps the guard. Nope, doesn't keep the guardsmen in play. They have to run still. A ton of war on this CSM as well. 20% more damage. Pushes through. Heretics can cap, and it's whoa, triple gens up here from Venjitron. What is going on? Why would you do this? Look, they can't get anything else on the field now. Generally speaking, you do not need 3 full power farms in Dawn of War 2. You know, get the node, keep the node, it can help you throughout the game, but you don't need 9 generators. Now they just handed them to the guardsmen for the cost of a power node, basically, in a little bit of time. Could be a big misplay from Venjitron. I mean, it can help you tech up hyper fast, but you've got to, like, tell your teammates or something, you know, hey, I'm buying a bunch of generators, help me defend that contested power. Does have the Biospewer, does have fetid armor too. Some grenade launchers, and what about you fellas? You have an aspiring champion. I want my power back, says Venjitron. I mean, you can give it a good go. We got Khatrins now from all 3 Guardsman players. Doom Bolts went in. Oh, the Khatrins disrupted the Heretics, not the Havocs, but there are more here. Yeah, they're trying to get close enough for the grenade launcher. There it is. And they can get through, almost wipe the Heretics out. How do you have 5 models on 28 hit points, fellas? Well done. That's some chaos shenanigans going on there. These CSM all barely get away in time for the Khatrijans not to mess them up in melee. Didn't drop a model as well. Wow, Tzeentch's favor on Aponnk right there. Those heretics and those CSM getting away quite well. Doom Bolts flies in. They are getting the power back, but can they hold it? Look at this turret going up here in the mid from Venjitron. But these guys can come around. Disruption pulls him off or pushes him off the build. It's going to finish it, I think. Yeah. But they can just take it out. This could be a big waste of resources. And this is... Wow. Heretics exploded. Are they going to live? 4 hit points. Khatrin, shoot them. Oh, he already lost some heretics. They do get away though. But yeah, this is an opportunity for me to moan about the fact that the Plague Champion has a turret. So lazy of Relic to give him one. Yes, I know he's labelled as a defensive hero in the hero selection thing. But you can give him something else, surely. It's not even as good as the Tech Marine turret. In most ways. I think it does less damage and less suppression, but it covers a wider area. I think it's bad. Why would he's not a warp smith, he's a Plague Champion. At least make it flavorful like a Bile Spewer turret or something. Still does okay though, doesn't he? It's pretty good even in 1v1s. Really good team game hero. And he's basically not got a starting ability. You see his turret's so little. Even less than the Tech Marines. Apparently when they were doing the 293 patch, they discovered while working on the update that the Plague Champion gives only half the XP that the other heroes give for some reason. One of the random things that Relic put in there. Also, why does he still only do 8 DPS melee? Nobody's ever given me a good reason for that. I remember asking Braden Chan, the old Relic balance guy from many years ago, why he only does 8 DPS, and he didn't know what I was talking about. I think, you know what I think happened? Because even the Mech Boy does more DPS in melee out the gate than the Plague Champion. And that guy can teleport. I think he does 10 DPS, the Mech Boy. I think it's a typo. Because I believe the Tech Marine does 18. I think they just missed out the 1. Because they attack once per second, so 18 damage would be 18 DPS. I think they just messed it up. And the poor bastards had 8 DPS for 10 years almost. Yeah, 10 years. Chaos Rising was like March 2010, wasn't it? Bile Spewer takes him up to a respectable 22 melee DPS. Look at that. But yeah, please fix it. Adila or Atlas or someone who's watching. Give him the same DPS as the Tech Marine at least. Come on now. He's slow as hell. Give him something. He's got a rubbish turret. Looks like Venjitron has taken back the power there while I was ranting. The turret did go down though. Look at this now. Lord Commissar, the Xenos Power Claw, gets completely shut down by the Bile Spear. It's such a fantastic weapon. To use Bilious Discharge and then shoot them, the speed debuff stacks so they can't move at all, which is handy. Also works when you suppress and use the Bilious Discharge. You can stack it up that way. Now, are they going to commit to trying to hold this power here? Looks like maybe they are. The Sentinel's getting missile shots in. Meanwhile, we got Stormtroopers on the way. Ogren's already on the field for Jin. Tier 2s for the Chaos fellas. Tier 3 for Aponnk. Who needs Tier 2 stuff? Good special attack there. He's got Vestments of the Warp and a Rod of Warp Fire on the way. 477 to 371. Heretics fall over. Lots of Plasma Gun. Wow, lots of Plasma Guns. Just about to say, it's important to think about how you're going to time your Plasma Gun purchase. Because it's not cheap to get the Commissar and the Plasma Guns. The Commissar is 20 power, I believe. The Plasma Guns, they must be at least 25 power. It's a big expense. I think it's generally better to get Ogrins up first or the Chimera or something and then hit them with the Plasma Guns. But we see Plasma Guns pretty early here. From Einhelm at least. Before a tier 2 unit is up. Chaos Lord rather is having fun with Combi Flamer and Armor of the Inferno. I bet this guy's going to get at least like level 7, level 8 with this combo. It's going to do so much damage to Guardsmen. Chaos Space Marines with Mark of Khorne. And Raptors with their Aspiring Champion too. They Guard have pushed through the mid. Ogren's running away. They got a decap. They should have fought after it, I think. Look, there's only heretics here. They could have messed them up a lot. They're basically full health. A bit of a panic retreat then from Jin. Here comes handsome Sodding. His Khatrin may not get away. CSN need to turn around. Guys, I think they turned around a little bit too late. Yeah, they definitely would have got the kill there. But the Khatrin got away. Did a bit of a misplay from handsome Sodding. Lord Commissar has the aura of discipline. Chimera on the way for Einhelm. A little bit late in my opinion. Should have got it up before the plasma guns and the Commissars and stuff. But we'll see how it goes. Heretics hanging around. Without an aspiring champion, without grenade launchers. What are they doing? Back away, boys. Bloodletter's up for Aponnk and for Venjitron. Raptors jumping in, getting a good jump on these fellas. But look at that. Stand Firm goes in to break the suppression from the Carapace armor. And here we have the Commissar retinue fella that gives him this fancy shield. I think it's 55% range damage resistance, which is pretty good. Doesn't help you against meleeing heretics, but pretty good. Khatrins were in there to help out. Meanwhile, Chaos pushing through the mid. Here's a heavy turret, taking big chunks out of anything it can hit. Called in from the global bar by Jin's Lord General. Now it's Handsome grabbing this power. Power hungry Chaos fellas, eh? They've got it. Are they going to node it? Yes, they are. At some point, someone will just bash it and take the XP because they can't hold this. But they're determined to hold it for now. Aponnk gets Mark of Khorne. Looks like he started tier 3 again. Handsome's already there, and Venjitron is almost at tier 3 too. So it has helped them tech up, it seems. I mean, they didn't spend a huge amount of power in tier 2. They got some upgrades and some bloodletters and stuff. Maybe they can push on to some early tanks, some early terminators. What is this? Oh, teleporting bloodletters for Aponnk. I imagine they do a pretty good job against Ogrins. Power melee demons will do a lot against super heavy infantry armor of Ogrins. Here's that Chimera. Allows the guardsmen to reinforce around it. They can also get inside and shoot little turrets at the top, which is fun for them. You know, they're relatively safe inside the Chimera. This melee force of Handsome chasing stuff off. The aspiring champion of those Chaos Space Marines does have a melter pistol. Some soft AV, but this is a lot of stuff for these fellas to deal with. Lots of plasma guns now. And, was that a Vox operator calling? I think it was. I thought that was a Leman Russ coming in, but they don't have tier 3 yet. Executed. Khatrins, look at them go. With the Bionic Eye inspired determination. Plus 3.5 speed. I think that was toned down for 293. I think it's 2.5 speed now or something. And of course they can instantly reinforce. This is a lot of stuff. Is that black grenades? It was black grenades from Venjitron. Did a massive amount of work there. Don't think it wiped anything, but it was fun. It was fun as hell. Lord Commissar mixing it up. Ogrins killing something. What was that? Might have just been heretics. Whatever it was just completely disappeared from life. Chaos Lord almost level 4. Markov Zinch Havocs. Awaiting the rolling of the Imperial Guard tanks, I suppose. We do have 2 Chaos Predators up already. And Venjitron going straight from triple heretic. Did you get anything else? Triple heretics into a Phobos. Did they get bloodletters? Oh, maybe that was bloodletters dying there. It must have been. That's why they disappeared. Gonna see a Phobos, which generally speaking doesn't do a great job against Imperial Guard in a faction war scenario when you have tons of Leman Russes and stuff. But managed well. Anything can be good, I guess. We got Mark of Khorne, Chaos Predator for Aponnk, and a Mark of Nurgle for Handsome Sodding. It's going to be tough. It's a tough tank. Just like hanging out here. They should have pushed through the mid. Look at this. It's clear. Should have followed through. Raptors jump. Oh. Did they get melter guns in midair? I think they did. And then did nothing. They didn't have the energy to throw their melter bomb. Didn't even seem to fire. That was weird. Like they just found themselves with melter guns when they landed. It was what's going on. Chaos are retaking it. You might see the Plague Fist, of course, for the Plague Champion to help him cap things. This time, though, has to flee. This tank is in not a great position, although it is Mark of Noble. It's going to be pretty resistant to very quick deaths, at least. There's Noxious Cloud. Messing up those Khatrins. Oh, they be running. Khatrins be running. The Imperial Guard now have this central, ever-changing power point. Lumen Rust for Einhelm. Baneblade for sure. Jin. Are you going to drop? Maybe they're waiting for the red to drop one in. Level 4 Sorcerer now has the Arcanum Zinc. So look, they're bashing it now. Hold on. Aponnk asking if they need power. And he's just bashing the node now. Is that the same heavy turret still here? Pretty good. There's so much damage, that thing. Hopefully the Melter Gun Raptors know how to shoot their guns now. Here's the delightful looking Land Raider Phobos. One of the problems with this thing is where its guns are. Because the las cannons are on either side. If something is like here, it can't... You have to like turn the thing and stuff. It can be awkward to shoot with. Sorcerers... there we go. Infiltrate yourself. Uh-oh. What's the Chimera doing? Gonna have a bad time. Boom, boom. And dead. I mean... It was bad play by Shaw to do that. But you gotta remember that he couldn't see what we could see. But even if you can't, you should not just send your Chimera in alone ahead of everything else. Look at the damage this turret is doing to the Phobos. That's pretty nuts. Should go down in 2 volleys maybe. There we go. 289 to 293. Here's a Vanquisher Leman Rust. These things are insane at taking out large targets. More than a match for a Chaos Predator, that's for sure. The Lord General getting his retinue game going over here. The big old push. They got the Baneblade, they got a Leman Rust, they got a bunch of guardsmen to die gloriously and repair things. Was that a bunker dropping in? Oh, it was a Leman Rust dropping in. Dirgecaster goes off. Phobos taking tons of damage. Oh, gets teleported away, I think. I believe Aponnk just saved it there, using Warp to guide it back to the safety of the Sorcerer. It's rolling forward though. You know what it might be doing? It might be just enacting Venjitron's last order here. Venjitron needs to realize what's happening. He might have thought that it went down, but it's rolling forward to death here. I think it's just following the last order he gave it. Baneblade gets a shot. Boom. Wasn't enough. I think they are going to get it though. Just sit and duck. Venjitron now realizes, but it was way too late. Demolisher Cannon got a shot as well, but wasn't needed. Meanwhile, west side, it is blue. And Handsome has some Chaos Terminators. They've preserved their army well. They've only lost their Heretics, I think. And they replaced them, of course. There they are. Worshipping Khorne and stuff. Mark of Khorne Havoc's getting some good volleys in on the Baneblade. Are they all Vanquishers, these Leman Russes? They are. They really are. Mix some Executioners in there, I say. Mark of Khorne, Chaos Space Marines can't do a whole lot, but they can soak up some damage. Venjitron got some chosen Plague Marines. And I'm very puzzled as to why. Maybe to fight the Ogrins, who are running away. Seems like not the most efficient use of your resources. We'll see how they do. They can't do anything into these tanks, really. Just going to get wrecked. Again, they're soaking up damage. They do have some regular Plague Marines as well. They're getting messed up here. They're trying to push against this. Why? You cannot deal with these tanks. Why are you pushing against it? like achieved nothing there, other than gift your enemy XP and lose things. Should have just reinforced the west side, I think. Put one of your Plague Champion turrets down over there with a las cannon on it, maybe. Lots of red for sure. They could drop a nasty rocket run. Oh, there's one. Is that one? That's just a creeping barrage, I think, yeah. That was from Einhelm. We have another Land Raider Phobos from Aponnk. Warps it towards the front. Baneblade is kind of in an awkward position here. It's a bad place to be because you could get pincered from two sides. It's like go more central or more to the west, I say. Phobos already lost like 400 hit points. Well, Venjitron is lagging apparently. Maybe that's why they seem to mindlessly kind of push through the mid there. Leman Russ on the way for sure. A little bit of a lull in the action. Nobody committing to take the Western VP. We got some autocannon terminators though. Taking a Leman Russ shot on these las cannon havocs. They are. Markov Corn CSM could be used to grab the natural VP. They're pretty fast on their feet. Khatrin on the way for Jin. These guys going for a cap. They are. I don't know if he should blob up like this though. Is this Sigil of the Rift? That is the weirdest Sigil of the Rift ever. They must have misclicked that. Not sure what they were trying to do with that. Sigil of the Rift can be great against Imperial Guard because you can mess up the repairing guardsmen and stuff. Ogrin's smacking up some raptors here. Chaos Terminators under worship should be okay. And the guard did get the VP 278 to 220. It's pretty close. They're not putting a huge. No side is putting a huge amount of pressure on the naturals. We do have Havocs and Bloodletters here, and I don't think the Khatrin are going to stay there, so they don't have anything defending really. I think Venjitron is still lagging because he's not. Oh, they are repairing. Maybe not. They didn't use the Plague Marines to try and get a few shots on the Baneblade there. Land Raider Phobos on the way now for Venjitron. Still doesn't have the Plague Fist and stuff, which would help. Oh, hey! Executioner Leman Russ. It's getting messed up. Why did you listen to me? Look at this. You know, keep it back for when Space Marines run in, or Chaos Space Marines run in, I should say. What's the Sorcerer doing? Teleported into huge amounts of trouble. Surprised we haven't seen the tri-cap, says Handsome. I think he's talking about the natural, I think. Or is he just saying, hey, let's push this side? Chaos Lord could throw in the Let the Galaxy Burn there. Do any of them have a nuke? Handsome is close to it, but no. Wow. Heretic's just evaporating. And that's a rocket run. Not a very well placed rocket run, but it's a rocket run. That bit was weird. It killed the Raptors, but also maybe destroyed the Leman Russ. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe the las cannon did it. Las cannon doing some good work here. Got a couple of good shots in. They did get a decap, and Handsome is using the worship well here. Something that Chaos heroes or Chaos players sometimes fail to do late game in a big old 3v3. They forget about that worship. The Plague Champion just stood around and died there. Yeah, Venjitron might be like having some lag problems because look, these Plague Marines haven't moved. I don't know what this Phobos is doing. He's gonna die. Can't charge these things in against a Imperial Guard gun line. I think he took out this Leman Russ here. Oh, and gets away. Never mind. Forget what I say. That was a good move from Aponnk. We've got a Marco Zinch Predator here. This guy's level 3. You can out-tank the Imperial Guard. It is possible to do. It generally means that the Imperial Guard haven't played it super well. They got bunkers, they got good repair rates. They got really good tanks, obviously. But I mean, you can do it. They need more las cannons, maybe, to the Chaos team. Venjitron needs to purchase something. They might be saving up for a great unclean one. Plague Champion is still down. What is this? It's some Ogrins going for the cap. Some stuff here to mess them up, that's for sure. Look, hasn't moved this Phobos. What is going on with Venjitron? 218 to 191. Bloodletters of Aponnk are not react. There we go. There's a teleport. They've got the decap though, the Ogrins. Get away, fellas. They pop user red to knock them over. And they go for a cap on the western side and they get the decap. Lord General with his melter guns doing it. Carapace armor as well. Uh-oh. This guy shows its rear armor, but he's a... Wow. Mark of Nurgle tanked a bunch of damage there. He gets away. 209, 187. Yes, Venjitron and he's lagging again. The Phobos still has not moved. They must be lagging like crazy here. It's been a good... Feels like it's been like 5 minutes since that thing came out. They're still doing well, despite generally being down to 2 players. I mean, these Plague Marines are standing here and shooting things that get close enough. But they haven't made a move for a while. Very strange. Hey, the Phobos is moving. Phobos is moving. And look, they got this wreck point decapped and haven't taken it back. Some sloppy plays all around. But a hell of a fun game so far. This Predator needs repairs. But the Phobos is getting them all now. Uh-oh. Got too close to big old guns. Looks like it's alright. That Predator tank, I mean. Okay, they're trying to repair stuff. Where are your bunkers, Imperial Guard? No repair bunkers. They do have the 2-to-1 cap though, 181 to 187. It's pretty damn close. Here comes what I assume is going to be a Mark of Tzeentch Dreadnought for Venjitron. Phobos is just hanging out on the natural VP for now. Maybe gearing up for a push through the mid with the Dreadnought and stuff. World of Tanks 2. Here's another Baneblade on the way for Einhelm. Is this still the first one? I think it is, yeah. It's lived. Done a lot of work. More guardsmen here for sure. The Kashyyykin have plasma guns. Here we see a case of the positioning of the Phobos, letting it down a bit with how its guns can fire kind of thing. Oh man, it's being chased down. It's being hunted. Here comes some support now from some Chaos Predators and the other Land Raider Phobos. Big fight now on the western side. I'm gonna get myself some water while you watch the fireworks. Alrighty. Who died? Everyone? Nope. People are still going. There's an Imperial Abyss. Messed up the Lord General and those fellas. Did the Khattrins get away? They do not get away. It was a good nuke. That was Handsom's nuke. Someone commented on the previous Chaos video. They said, hey Indrid, it's not Imperial Abyss, it's Empyrean Abyss. It's actually Imperial. E-M-P-Y-R-E-A-L. But it's hard to say that without having it sound like Imperial. They're very similar words. Well, the Phobos died, the Baneblade died. But hey, we have another Baneblade. Because these things always work out well, hey. I mean, the first one did very well. The Phobos is not so much. This one is still around somehow, getting repaired very slowly by a Plague Chamber. Level 7. What level is the Chaos Sword? He's level 7. He's down, but he's level 7. Creeping Barrage there just to annoy them. They already have the VP. Why would you do this? Level 6 Sorcerer as well. 2-to-1 cap for the Chaos fellas. They've got big old armies going on, that's for sure. The Predator tanks have been used actually really well. They are in a constant state of needing repairs. We have a Mark of Tzeentch Dreadnought too. And Venjitron has double Plague Marines, but they're going to take so long to get through a level 4 Leman Russ. 1597 hit points on that thing. Let the galaxy burn. How many guardsmen has he roasted? So many. It's almost level 8. There's a noxious cloud coming in. Sigil of the Rift used to displace some stuff. Makes it retreat. Yep. Everything trading shots with everything. Ogren's getting in there. Found some Plague Marines. Exploding on death and knocking them down, but I don't mind. They beat Ogren's. Can they finish them off? These are handsome Soddings. Plague Marines, I think they're okay. The Predators are pushing. They sense the weakness of the Baneblade, and they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. There we go. Well done, Chaos Team. Really well done. We had Aponnk messing stuff up with his Sigil of the Rift. Good push from his 2 Predators as well. And some Sodding's Predators showing rear armor for some reason. And look how much resources Aponnk has. They have a lot of population too. And it's another Land Raider Phobos, is it? I thought we'd finally see a Great Unclean one. But no. Who's this down here? Lord Commissar's down. Another Baneblade for sure. Jin also has one up. This is the 3rd one. And Shaw now has the 4th Baneblade on the way. Instantly takes a las cannon shot. There's a level 3 Havocs as well. They're doing good damage. Tank goes down. That was one of Apponk's. Chaos Lord casually trying to cap in the madness. Now he gets away. Marco Korn CSM are still around. Look how quick they are. It's a level 8 Chaos Lord, by the way. Uh-oh. Rocket run. Did some decent work. No Manticores. Still no repair bunkers that I've seen. It's a good push by the Imperial Guard though. 117 to 88. Look at this. Sorcerer is going to get a decap, I think. Don't think the Lord General is going to stop him. But they are taking the west side. Baneblade pushes too far. Goes down. So easy to overextend your Baneblade, I guess. You need to be so disciplined to keep it back. Ouch. The Abyss just whacked out. Was that Kashyyykin in there? I think it was. It was 12 red for whatever it was. Lima Russ is also in trouble. Havocs get level 4. They did. Wow. 4 hit points on this Predator. They did take out Handsome Sodding's Nurgle Predator at some point. I mean, we have seen a lot of Baneblades go down, but everyone's lost a lot of stuff. Chaos Terminators teleporting away from the Demolisher Cannon a bit like after it went off. These are Apponk's Terminators. Where's the other Phobos? It's hanging around in base. Venjitron's is kind of on the west side. 117 to 31. Chaos Team might be able to just brute force this by throwing stuff at the VPs, you know. Chaos Space Marines are trying to grab it. Here we go. Some repair bunkers. Well, one repair bunker. This one will maybe be a medical one. Here's Baneblade number 4, I think. The Dreadnought's getting some repairs. Baneblade, as you'd expect, is wrecking the Phobos. Look, unable to fire both of the las cannon sponsons against the Baneblade from where it was pointing. This is the Phobos of Aponnk. The one advantage it has is that you can't get rear arm hits on Land Raiders, but you can on a Baneblade. Chaos Terminators of Handsome tried to help out. It's a 2-1 now for the Imperial Guard team. They really haven't gone after this VP very much, have they? Hey, great and clean one from Handsome Sodding. My hero. Gonna do the foul snare, and it didn't bug out. Hey, very often, wow, that guy had a bad day. Very often the first foul snare that the Great Unclean One does will bug and not fire. But Nurgle's favourite was with it this day. I think they tried to fix that in 293, not sure if it worked. Terminators now taking so much damage getting this cap. They got it. Can they get away? They barely got away with a single model. Chaos Dreadnought has done well. Look at this, level 3. Might die right here, right now, though. Very brave guardsman now getting the cap. The Dreadnought does go down. Big old Nurgle vomit going in. Here comes another Phobos. Well, it's the same one, but it's again. It's come back. And it's getting into all sorts of trouble. Look how far forward it went. Down it goes. I wonder how much of this is Venjitron lagging. We still have a Phobos here. We still have a Baneblade. We have 3 Leman Russes. That's a lot. Have the Imperial Guard team, sorry, reached the critical mass of tanks now? I think they need to focus on infantry now, the Chaos players. Oh, look at this. Lightning Claw Terminator is getting a decap. But they also get their natural decap. It's a single for the Imperial Guard. I think they got the Lightning Claws simply to have more hit points. They're not thinking about, hey, let's chop up some tanks. They just want more health. Looks like they might get this. Looks like they might get it. Sorcerer is tying up the plasma guns. That is a creeping barrage. Would that even knock them back? They teleported out of it anyway. That might be a death sentence though, because the Baneblade and the plasma guns can chase them back. They can't teleport away. 75 to 20, 2-1 cap for the Chaos team. Imperial Guard still have the west side. They might be over-committing to it here. They need to go through the mid now. They need to go through the mid right now. The Chaos Terminators did get away, dropped another model though, as they ran. They're getting a natural. They need to go through the mid now. 10 VPs is not something you want to sit on when there's a teleporting Sorcerer around. Not only teleporting, but he could... Oh, down goes that Predator tank. He could reinforce his Terminators and then push forward with the Sorcerer and teleport the Terminators to him. Here's another push from the Chaos team. Trying to get a decap. I think they're going to get it. That was a nasty vomit. Holy crap. 70 to 10. Chaos are getting it. I think they missed their opportunity to push through the mid there, the Imperial Guard players. Because that might have dragged some of Handsom's stuff there to defend it or something. Still a 1-to-1. Venjitron has some Chaos tanks. This guy's just tanking some hits from the Great Unclean One. An uncapped VP. And here comes the Sorcerer again. His Terminators were taken out along the way. At some point. All they have are some Havocs, and those are the Havocs that are watching the natural VP and have been for a long time. Look at this, they're getting it done. They warp-fired those guardsmen around, I think. Sorcerer's going to grab it, and that could be the game. With a double cap, that could be the game. There's a single. Couldn't quite get it. Couldn't quite get it. Too many guardsmen coming in. They took out this tank. The bunker's gone down as well. These Chaos Space Marines have taken so much damage. They got it with a single. They got it with a single. It was enough. They couldn't get it back in time. I think Baneblade here with 68 hit points. I think perhaps they missed the opportunity there. The Imperial Guard. They could have pushed through the mid. Like just demolished the Havocs. And maybe just got a decap or something. Maybe it wouldn't have made a difference. Hell of a game. Weird game. Venjitron did some weird stuff. Like getting triple gens up here. And then being like seemingly lagging for a lot of the time. But Handsome really carried them on the west side. Aponnk did really good work as well in the end game in the mid here. Did some really good pushes and stuff. But hey, everyone did well. We got level 9 Lord General, level 4 Lord Commissar. Also seemed to be idle for long periods, you know, the Lord Commissar. I noticed him standing in base for a good few minutes at one point on the minimap. Level 10 Lord General with the flak jacket. Level 9 Sorcerer, level 7 Plague Champion, level 9 Chaos Lord. Had a lot of fun with his fire and stuff. Well, there you have it, guys. Big thanks to Handsome Sodding for sending it in. I don't think this was not part of the Faction War event. I don't know if it was pre-planned or they just happened to choose these factions or something. But thank you for sending it in. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.